Good morning. Wow, that was fast. Okay. The signs we always get. We got Cancer. 20 Cancer. All right. We have Virgo. And we have Taurus. So this reading could be especially for you if you have one of these signs in your big three, if you have any placements in one of these signs, if you know someone that has any placements around one of these signs. If not, this reading can still be for you. You might get more information by checking out what whole sign house is ruled by Cancer, Virgo, and Taurus in your chart. Maybe I'll read about these by the end of the reading. We'll see. Cancer, we still have Jupiter in Cancer. Is Venus still in Cancer? This is not still in Cancer. Venus has moved into Leo. Venus is at 0 degrees of Leo today. Huh. That's a different vibe. Of course, the sun is in Virgo. And the moon today is in Libra. Today features the moon in Libra. Currently opposite Saturn and Neptune. But that's going to be passing pretty quickly. So this means if Venus has moved into Leo and is at 0 degrees of Leo, then that means that she's in an opposition with Pluto, which I believe will go exact tomorrow. So Pluto, out of the underworld, huh? Big transformations we might have in our relationships. Could be creative projects as well. Venus, the ruler of love and creativity, beauty, the arts, harmony. So, Pluto unearths things. It brings things to the surface, right? God of the underworld. It's about transformation. I know that's like a word that everyone uses, right? It's kind of whatever, but it is. It's intense. It's transformative. It's unearthing, okay? So whatever relational issues you got going on, probably going to be coming to the surface so that we can address them. So that we can look at them, so we can heal them, so that we can transform them. We love Pluto. I'm going to try this new deck. This is a new deck I got called Tarot Emblemata. It's got some weird words on it, which is not my favorite. But we'll see what we can get. We'll pull a few cards from this one. Hi guys, my name is Toad, if you don't know me, and I'm here with your daily transmission from the Toad Realm. I am a Hellenistic astrologer. I'm a channel, I'm a medium. I'm a tarot reader and a tarot instructor, and I offer a different perspective on these things. So follow along to find out more. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Really appreciate it. It helps me to grow. I'm trying to get this word out there. If you like what I'm doing, I do have a Patreon. I have an Instagram, Art by Toad. I really appreciate you guys. Stick around. All right. That was quick. What do we got? We got the Ace of Wands as the first card. Follow the fire, bitches! That's a toadism. It says, from the heavenly seed. I usually think of the Pentacles as more of a seed, but this is what sprouted. It goes wands, cups, swords, earth, and then back to the wands again. It's the sprouting of the seed. Cool. Let's see what else. King of Swords. He's coming reversed. 10 of Wands. Also reversed. Sovereignty. That's not a tarot card. The stars incline us. They do not bind us. Ain't that the truth? That's part of what I believe and what I teach. So I can agree with that. Why is it weird? 10 of Cups reversed. What the hell? Why is it reversed, guys? Everything's reversed. That means I gotta flip it upright. Flip it upright, kings. Flip it fucking upright. What does that say? The rainbow brings serenity. Sure. 7 of Cups. Let me clarify with this one. This is all part of my teachings, right? The stars incline us, they do not bind us. This is what I mean when I say that we have all of the signs within us, which we do. Each sign rules one area of our life, okay? Whether or not you have anything in these signs pulling you in one direction or another, we do not have to be bound by them. We don't have to be bound by our placements, okay? Once, this is a toadism, once we learn our default settings, then we can break out of the programming. So it is helpful to learn about your chart and to get some advice on what it means, to understand how these archetypes combine in order to make up everything that we see in our life, right? But when we know where we're being pulled, what's pulling us, then we can do something to release it. And as Adam Ellenboss of Nightlight Astrology, my teacher, friend, and colleague says, in Vedic astrology are called grahas, which means grabbers. They're pulling us. We're being pulled by them, but we are not them. It's totemism. We are not our stars. We are not our signs. We are not our planets. We are not our placements. We are everything and nothing. We can be them when we want to be. We can be just the same as the tarot. We can be all of the kings and the queens. We can utilize all of the energies here all the time. It's about remembering all of them, remembering the strengths and the weaknesses of all of them, so that when we feel ourselves being pulled in one direction or another, we can be like, oh, this is this energy pulling me right now. Is this the energy that I want to be pulling me right now? Is this the energy that I want to be utilizing? Is this the power that I want to be utilizing right now? We can do anything we want. We are all the magician. This is us gaining control over our mind. Kings of Swords. What does it say? Deliberate execution of the pen and sword, wise counsel and authority. Okay. Deliberate execution of the pen and sword. We need to be aware of the things that we say. Okay. We need to be aware of the things that we think. Right? We need this to be upright because it does create our reality. But we create the meaning. Okay? So yes, words are spells. Okay? But our intention and our belief around these spells is the real power. The same goes for our placements, our signs. If we start to think, oh, this means this, if I have this in my chart and this means this, and I'm always going to be like this, and this is always going to be something that afflicts me, then it will. If we believe that we can be free of it, then we can. Okay? Now I'm just thinking of this in regards to the 3 signs that came out today. Cancer, Taurus, and Virgo. For these guys, for people that have strong placements in any of these signs, it can be difficult. It can be difficult to not be pulled by them. The moon, for instance. The moon and Mars, I consider the 2 planets in the zodiac, in the sky, that are hardest for us to not be pulled by. I mean, think about it. The moon represents, in traditional astrology, the physical body, our emotions, our thoughts, the things that come and go more than anything else, because it is closest to us and it affects us the most. Other than Earth, it is the planet that affects us the most. Just look at the tides, right? We can't help but be pulled by the moon. We can't help but have to rise and set and go through our comings and goings and travel around the zodiac, all right? This is the moon, all right? Same with Mars. It is a quick planet. It's not the closest planet, but it's so reactionary that especially when we have the moon and Mars in combination with each other, it can be really hard to not be pulled by them. And that's okay. It's okay. That's our default settings, all right? We can choose differently the next time. Anyway, so that's Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon. It can be very emotional, right? And we can feel very stuck with our emotions, especially when the great benefic planet is there expanding everything. Like, Jupiter is great. Jupiter is great. It's the biggest, beautiful, most positive planet in the sky, right? But it expands everything. So if you got some emotional shit to work through, some mama wounds maybe, then it's going to be difficult until you see it and start to, oh look, got a Cancer card right here on the top of the deck. Queen of Cups. Now, an issue that Virgo might have, and Virgo is very highlighted right now, 1, because we are in Virgo season, 2, because the South Node is currently traveling through Virgo. We are going to have our first eclipse of eclipse season by the end of the month in Virgo. Big changes, big endings and new beginnings in the Pisces-Virgo axis of your chart. Where is the Pisces-Virgo axis in your chart? Whole sign houses. I can give you some information about this. But how does Virgo get stuck? How does Virgo get stuck? I know this very intimately. So I have my South Node in Virgo, I have my Mercury in Virgo, and I'm a Virgo rising. And they usually are the overthinkers. They're the hypochondriacs, right? Because it's an earth element sign, but it's a Mercury sign. So it has to do with our mental, but it also connects to the body. So that's why Virgo rules the gut. It rules our gut instinct, right? It's like the mind, Mercury, but the neurons that are in our belly. Okay? So they can be the hypochondriacs. We can get stuck in our head and we can be controlled by our own control. All right? That's what happens with Virgo a lot. And this is one way that the South Node could be really affecting you right now. So I might have my South Node in Virgo here, but everyone is experiencing the limitedness of Virgo right now and where we need to find reconciliation between Virgo and Pisces. Okay? But It's either where do we need to have more control, more organization, more understanding in our life, or where is that control, that understanding, that rationality limiting us, okay? With the North Node being in Pisces and the South Node being in Virgo, right now we're kind of being urged to go with the flow. Of course, we're always trying to find a balance. This is where my beliefs around the nodes are a little bit different than most people's belief around the nodes. If you want to know more about how I just saw 222. If you want to know more about how I see the nodes, hit me up. Let's get a personal reading. I work with them a lot, but I use them a little differently. Anyway, overthinking is not what we want to do right now. We want to be going with the flow. We want to be surrendering to the water. That's Pisces, okay? We want to be acquiring faith. Unless it's something that, if you have like a ton of planets in Pisces, if you're constantly being pulled to Pisces, then maybe you need a little bit more Virgo right now, all right? Now, when it comes to Taurus, Taurus is a fixed earth sign. It's a sign of Venus, okay? Fixed. It's fixed in the season. It's the middle of the season, right? So it's about as stubborn as it gets, right? Earth element, immovable. Fixed, immovable, all right? So it can be hard for people with strong Taurus placements to want to move, to want to change, to want to do things a little differently. But once Taurus figures that out, they can get the ball rolling. They can get so much work done. So much work. Okay, and so this, with Venus being opposite Pluto today and tomorrow and the next day, there can be some really amazing, transformative, artistic works happening. You could be starting like a huge new project, right? So that was a big ramble about astrology today. I love it. Now we're going to get into the tarot. I just cut to the 10 of Cups. Ace of Cups. Ace to the 10, baby. This is a toadism. It's in the pursuit. It's in the pursuit. 10 breaks down to 1 again. You just got to go after what you want. You just got to admit that you want what you want. You can have anything. You just got to know that. Okay, extra information and clarification. We gotta go after what we want. The heavenly seed. Follow the fire, babies. If you're new to this channel, my name is Toad. It's been Toad for a really long time. Whoa. King of Swords and the Eight of Swords just wanted to fall out. I'm gonna get to that in a second. I channel the Toad medicine. King of Swords, we have the Star. Come on, Kings. We need to have faith. 10 of Wands, we have the 3 of Pentacles. 10 of Cups, we have the World, reversed. We have the 5 of Wands with the 7 of Cups. Can you please clarify the Ace of Wands? The Emperor. We have the Emperor. You know, one of the reasons why you're overworked, why you feel overburdened, why you feel like you're carrying this heavy weight all by yourself is because you're not leaning on your community, because you're not asking for help. This is a card of community organization, of coming together with people, of building something that you, bigger than what you can do on your own, okay? In a way, too, this is also about you bringing together the different aspects of your mind, bringing together different skills that you have in order to create something bigger than yourself. Remember, 10 breaks down to 1 again. We have the 10 of Wands and the Ace of Wands here, okay? You are overworking yourself. Emperors. I said that yesterday, okay? Because you're trying to do all of these other things instead of focusing on what is essential and what actually lights you up inside. We need to start delegating some of these tasks, okay? Emperors and Empresses. This is also how we're going to have more control in our life. If you are not a masculine and you're more of an Empress character, then we still need to find masculinity within ourselves, okay? Now, where was I? This is also about utilizing the different aspects of ourself. So usually in the Rider-Waite-Smith, we see one of these bunnies, one of these men is an architect, one is a monk, and one's the architect, one's the monk, and one's the sculptor. Okay? So it represents the spiritual, the technical know-how, and the creative know-how of the sculptor. The spiritual is the monk, the technical is the architect, and the creative is the sculptor, right? So it's bringing together these different aspects of yourself in order to create something bigger. And it's also community organization. Okay? So there is something about asking for help. Also, with having the King of Swords coming out twice, both times he is reversed. I'm turning him upright in this one because that's what we want to do. But the reason why he is reversed, why some of us kings and queens are feeling reversed in our head, is because We've been stuck in like victim mentality. We've been self-sabotaging. We haven't been having the faith that we need. You need to acquire faith in order to go through the dark. We do have the Seven of Cups, which is my card of illusion and confusion and delusion. It's my Neptune card, right? Okay, what does that say? Everything unknown appears magnificent. We have to trust that we're making the right decisions. We have to trust. Listen to your gut, Virgo. Whether or not you have Virgo in your chart or not, we need to utilize this quality. We need to listen to our gut. Okay? The World and the Ten of Cups. Clarify? There's something with the World being reversed here, like something's not over. Something isn't complete yet. Okay? Now, this could be that you just haven't reached your Ten of Cups yet, but you're working towards it. The Hierophant. Ooh. Seven of Cups. Oh. Is someone juggling two people? I hate that. Okay, this could mean two different things, all right? I hate reading it like this. I just think that people shouldn't do this, but it does happen, right? Now, this could be two different things. It could be that someone is trying to decide between two people. They could be juggling two people, because sometimes this can be third-party situations, and that is a reality, you know, but I hate reading it like that. Another way that this could be, so that could be for some, that someone is trying to decide between two people. And if that is the case, or they could have multiple people, multiple options, right? But if that is the case, then you have to not settle. You have to not lower your bar. Because if you're lowering your bar and settling for something, you know, you just can't settle. If it ends up that you can't have the one that you want more, then you have to not have either. It's just the way that it works. But for other people, someone is trying to decide whether or not to have some sort of reconciliation, some sort of reunion with someone to take something to the next level. Because, okay, sometimes the Two of Cups is when we meet someone, and then the Three of Cups is when we take it to the next level, right? It's moving forward, okay? And someone could be juggling that. They could be a little fearful because of the unknown, of the future. There's always going to be unknown of the future. You can never know fully what is to come. Eventually, you just have to have faith and drive forward. 7 to 17, right? Drive forward in faith towards the sun, towards your Ten of Cups, towards your Ten of Pentacles, okay? Nine of Cups, Queen of Swords. Okay, so today, our divine counterparts are the King and the Queen of Swords. Rational, clear thinking, very smart, very intelligent. Sometimes. So, there could be lots of, I'm talking to all my divine counterparts here, right? I'm talking to everyone here, though. This is us learning how to rule with our swords, like I was saying earlier. There's the active way that we rule with each element. That's the King. And then there's the receptive way that we rule with each element. That's the Queen. Okay? So we're finding balance between that in our mind. We're utilizing our mind in order to have, do, and be anything that we want in the world. Okay? We are utilizing our contentment in order to get this. Because if we are happy with the way things are right now, 9, then things turn over and we get to the 10, which is what we want. We are right on the brink of a manifestation. We are right on the brink of a manifestation. You just have to get your mind out of the way. Okay? You got this. On the other hand, if these guys are reversed, they could be acting cold. They could be acting unemotional. They could be not communicating. They could be fearful. They could be harsh. They could be like cutting people out of their life too quickly, or not cutting enough people out of your life. Is there anything else? One last card, please. Okay. 10 of Pentacles. Okay. We got the 10 of Cups and we got the 10 of Pentacles. It's extremely lucky. It is extremely lucky to get these cards. This is that wish fulfillment. This is what we're going after. This is what we're planting the seeds for. This is what we're waiting for. This is what we're holding out for. This is what we are not settling for. We are waiting. We are not settling. We are following the fire. Okay? Page of Wands on the bottom of both these decks. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.